Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Laura.
And we are
Two Paper Girls. Today we're doing our November wrap up. We had high hopes for this month of being like really good for reading. Nah. Work got busy, like all we've really read is uni stuff and a little bit of other things. But we're going to show what we've read anyway.
The first thing that I finished in November was Look Back in Anger by John Osborne. This was a play of 20th Century Plays, one of our modules, and it was really enjoyable. It's all about the angry young men in the 50s, and it's just a really good play. It was really tense and a lot happened, even though it's like quite realist, set in like just a normal living room, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'll give it about 4 out of 5 stars.
First thing I read this month was Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. Again, this was a play for our 20th Century Plays module. I really enjoyed this after talking about it. When I first read it, I didn't really understand what it was trying to do. I just found it very repetitive and strange, which it is. It's an absurdist drama about these two men who are waiting for Godot, and they just chat, and a couple of other characters come in and leave the stage, but apart from that, it's literally just them waiting for the whole play and talking about really bizarre things. So it's quite weird to read, and I struggled to imagine it staged, but when we talked about it at uni, it made me realise all the clever things about it. I've got quite a few tabs on interesting things because I'm probably going to write on this for my coursework. So after discussing it, I think I gave this 4.5 stars.
The next thing that we both read in November was The Homecoming by Harold Pinter. I didn't mind this play when I was reading it. I thought, oh, this is quite different. It's another absurdist drama. But when we were studying it, usually I prefer the play after studying it. This time it just made me hate it even more. I was going off gender so badly. And this play is just so strange. It's about a guy who's married to this woman, and they've been married for like 6 years, and he hasn't took her home, and then he takes her home once, and then his brothers and his dad just start flirting with her and making out with her in front of him, and he doesn't react.
It's really strange. It was really hard, again, it was hard to imagine it being staged because it was like what you know. It was like naturalism kind of, it was all a normal setting. Compared to Waiting for Godot, it was quite a normal play. But then the way they react to things isn't normal, so it's kind of just disturbing to read, and the themes of kind of like violence and just using women was just really horrible to read about. And I thought when we talk about it, it'll be quite clever, but it's just annoying. There's so many pauses. There's like the Pinter pause, it's called. And I didn't like that. It made it feel really dragged out. And we watched some clips from the film. I couldn't have watched that whole film through. We watched about 3-4 minute clips, and it was so boring and slow. I can't imagine seeing this play performed or watching the whole film. So I think I gave this 2.5 stars.
I think I gave it 2.5 too. The next thing that I read was Not to Do with University, and it was so good. Rat Queens, Volume 2. It was so good. Laura gave this to me. She read it last month and I really loved it. It was so good. It's just so funny and loads of things happen. There's loads of twists, and it's only Volume 2. I want to collect these myself because they're really, really good. I might buy them with my Christmas money. But yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. You should go read it if you haven't already. Rat Queens is fab.
The Homecoming was actually the last thing I finished reading this month. I'm really disappointed in myself. I read 2 plays, but I did read lots of other stuff. I just didn't actually finish anything. Me and Robin, I mentioned, are reading a book together. We read about another 150 pages of that. We've got 80 pages left. We're really not enjoying it though. It's A Kill Order by James Dashner. Not enjoying it, so we're not really reading it as much as we did last month. But we will finish it still. It's just really badly written. But on top of that, I also read quite a lot of, not this whole thing, but I'm doing my coursework on a play by this guy, Percy Shelley, a play called Prometheus Unbound. It's pretty hard going. It's about 120 pages long, and I read about 50 pages of it this month. So, seeing as we're mentioning the other plays that we're reading, this is one that I got halfway through. I'll finish this in December.
And the last thing that I read in November was Glengarry Glen Ross by David Mamet. This was the last play in the module, thank God. It was probably one of the worst ones for me. It's just about like businessmen trying to sell leads, like land to people. And it's just about how evil salespeople in America can be.
Yeah.
And that's about it really. And the way they talk is really annoying. And I read on Spark Notes to try and like get analysis, because like, how do you analyse this? It's rubbish. And it just says like they each have their own individual ways of speaking, and I looked and they do. But that's good, isn't it? I don't really like it. I haven't got much to say about it. But it's the last one, so this is good. The module is complete. I gave this one, it's not as bad as the Homecoming. It doesn't make me feel terrible about life. So I'll give it 3 stars out of 5.
And the last thing I'm going to mention this month is something I might actually finish in November, because we are filming this a couple of days early when we have chance and while there's sort of natural light. It is actually the middle of the day, but it's really dark and horrible today, so sorry if we're a bit grainy. But we are filming this a couple of days early, so I do hope to finish Magonia by Maria de Harvard. No, yeah, her. I picked this up in October, and then this month I read quite a lot of it. I think I've lost my bookmark. Oh no, it's there. I've read 200 pages of it this month. I'm really enjoying it. It's lots of twists and turns. I'll probably do a full review of it when I'm done, because I have quite a lot to say, and I know a lot of people are very mixed about this book, so I think a review would be helpful. But yeah, it's all about this girl who is ill, she basically can't breathe, and then she starts hallucinating maybe. She's seen boats in the sky, and it all gets a bit trippy. I don't really want to say what happens from there, but I'm really enjoying this. I've got about 80 pages left, 180 pages, so yeah, I will hopefully finish this month anyway.
So that's it for the books we read in November. As you can see, it's nearly Christmas now. We're into December. We're so excited. Let us know what books you read in November, and you'll see our December TBR coming soon. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.